Good morning, it's 6 o'clock. Sore heads, anyone this morning? We're with you this morning as you celebrate this morning, if you're an England fan, of course. Martin Lewis and Susanna here, bright and bushy-tailed at 6:30. But first, to our top story. Well, as you know, England manager Gareth Southgate has now insisted his players must stay focused ahead of their quarter-final game in Rome against Ukraine on Saturday. It comes after that historic 2-0 win over Germany. We'll speak to Juliet Dunlop in a moment from Hampton. Now, flights are restarting for a new batch of countries added to the government's green list, but holidaymakers are still required to take COVID tests before and after they fly, and they could still face restrictions getting into other countries. Richard Gaisford is politics now. Tomorrow, voters will go to the polls in what could be one of the most hotly contested by-elections. Batley and Spen has been held by the Labour Party since 1997 and has become the latest crucial test of Keir Starmer's leadership. Emotions are running high in the community as campaigners battle for the seat which was originally held by Jo Cox before she was murdered in 2016 by a far-right activist. Her sister is now among those standing. Katie Rickett is... Homeowners across the country say they're facing bankruptcy and severe mental health issues while living in unsafe buildings they cannot sell. Today's the deadline for applications to a special building safety fund, but residents say they will still be left with huge bills to pay. Pip Thompson explains. Action continues at Wimbledon today as Novak Djokovic starts off play with the first of the day's matches on centre court. Anzi Murray will face German Oscar Otte on there later. It comes after Serena Williams really sadly had to retire from her first round match at the Grand Slam yesterday due to an injury. Louisa James has more. Right, we'll have the weather with Alex shortly. And if you're wondering about the weather here and why it's all a bit iffy, do spare a thought for what's happening in Canada at the moment. They've had unprecedented heat wave there that's led to the death of dozens of people. It's smashed all temperature. Thanks so much, Alex. We can take low 20s, can't we? Good morning, Britain is here with you all the way through until 9 o'clock. Plenty on the show. Martin Lewis and Susanna here from 6:30. As we were saying, hope for holiday makers. First, let's get the news, travel and the weather where you are. Right, 6:21. From this morning, UK citizens can head to Malta, the Balearic Islands, Madeira, parts of the Caribbean and British Antarctica without quarantining on return. But holidaymakers are urged to be cautious as different countries have their own rules for people keen to travel. Travel's very lovely where you are, by the way. Right, 6:24. Richard's here with all the entertainment. Now, listen, if Senor and X can't make it, we're going to pop you in for a bit of sport later on.
I can spread my...
Thanks, Dickie. Coming up next, Martin Lewis and Susanna will be here in just a moment as